Hello, it's Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I'm trying out my new selfie stick, and it's got tripod on the bottom so that I can set it up somewhere, and that's one thing I'm trying, and another thing I'm inside because it's cold outside, and I've been seeing things, and I'm wondering. Like I say, I'm in Topeka, Kansas. This is up north, and there's a line somewhere between here and Oklahoma, and then the southern folk start down south there. But the northern folk are a little bit different. And one thing that I've noticed is I'm just down the block from the school, high school. And I've noticed, I see these kids going around, and see it's today is 24 degrees high. And I've noticed just now, there's some of them wearing shorts. I don't understand. There's something that's not working in their minds properly. And one thing that but then again, I'm older and wiser. But like I say, I am in the north, and so then it is going to be colder weather. And as you see, I got my red plaid, and I got some more red plaid, even thicker stuff over there for when it gets even colder. So the thing is, I see. First, I thought it was funny. First, I saw the kid with the shorts, and I thought, wow, that's kind of goofy. Why would you wear shorts? And then, just right after that, I saw another, it was a girl, and she was wearing pajamas. Baggy pants type, at least she wore a coat, but she was wearing pajama looking things. And I'm thinking, okay, how are kids learning to mature, learning to make decisions, and learning to take personal responsibility? Personal responsibility is kind of a big thing for me. And I'm thinking, how are they supposed to do this when they're making these decisions on their own, unless they got stupid parents, and stupid parents say, well, wear some shorts. It's plenty cold out there. Wear some shorts. Just put your pajamas on. Just go to school with your pajamas. They might have some stupid parents, but like I say, I'm guessing that even with the stupid parents, the kids aren't learning. They're not learning to take personal responsibility. And just because everybody else is doing this stuff, then I guess I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? They're missing the individual. You hear me talk about individuals, and it's because only as an individual can you be free. You're not free as a group. It's a bunch of individuals that are free, but you're not going to be free if you're stupid. And like I say, so these kids aren't learning how to make decisions. And then, but it's not only just the kids. And I've mentioned this before. Dial 911. You see something that looks goofy, dial 911. You're not smart enough to deal with it. Where are they coming up with this stuff? And what people do, they're driving down the road, hey, dial 911, this guy's driving goofy, or he run a sign, a stop sign. These people, they're not smart enough to make decisions. And then when they make the decisions, well, they're not going to make any decisions that means that they have to apply some kind of useful activity, like bring it to their attention. Hey, you don't want to wear shorts. It's cold outside. How could you possibly say something like that? And like I say, the kid's thinking he's doing good. And so when you say something like that, then the kid says, "What? Watch out! What you say to me? You're gonna hurt my feelings. I'm gonna dial 911 because I'm too stupid to figure out what I'm supposed to do." You know what I mean? There's a lot of this that's going on, and it looks like it's getting worse. I mean, they got their mask. They got a goddamn mask on that doesn't work. They're not smart enough to think, okay, why would I want to wear something that doesn't work? Why don't I put a plastic bag over my head? You know what I mean? Why don't I do more goofy stuff? You know what I mean? There's, even me, at my age, I'm still learning how to get smarter. I am learning how to do things better, easier, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I will admit, I'm not putting all my time into my cell phone or computers learning how all this stuff works. No, I'm learning things that in life that I need to know to live life. To live life, to develop me as a person. I mean, I'm still growing. I mean, what do you want to do when you grow up? I'm still working on that. You know what I mean? So there's, it's hard for me to go along with this stuff. And the good thing is, I don't know people that do this kind of stuff. Because when I see somebody doing it, if I know them, I will bring it to their attention that I'm confused. Why are you wearing shorts when it's cold outside? Aren't you getting cold? I'm going to ask. I guess I have. Because, let's see, there's people that I know that do goofy things, and I ask them. And, in other words, I'm making them stand behind their actions. If you think you can just do things and you don't have to pay no consequences, you'll do more stupid stuff. Kind of like these kids are. And it's funny, these kids. At this school over here, it's 50% dropout. More than 50% drop out. They don't graduate. More than 50%. Now you try to tell me, what's the thinking going on? I mean, maybe we need to do something a little different around here. So it's not just the kids, the school itself, the teachers, the administration. They're not making the changes that is necessary. And what kind of changes are necessary? Personal responsibility. That's a good place to start. And if you don't take personal responsibility, how are you supposed to build morals? And and if you're not going to build morals, and that's okay, you don't want to have morals, that's okay. I stomp on those people all the time. If you don't want to act moral, I have no problem about being moral and standing on you. It doesn't bother me at all. Okay, and and it's the same thing with how are they going to learn the Constitution? I bet you they're not learning the Constitution. I'll bet you they're not learning how the Constitution applies to their life. If the thing is, and I mentioned when I was living in Central America, I couldn't believe how dumb the people were. Well, it's not that they were dumb. They weren't educated. It's funny it's educated. They're really educated. But they're educated idiots. They're not smart enough to know that they can do stuff. No, they think they're supposed to just do this, just do that. And that's what you hear me all the time. Start your own business. Yeah, you might make money, you might not, depending on how good you do it. Oh, kind of like personal responsibility. You don't take personal responsibility, I guarantee you're going to go bad. You take personal responsibility one step at a time, whatever business it is. You see what's going to happen. And that's why I say I've had multiple businesses, because I've had to learn. Some didn't do good, and I learned something from that, and I go to the next one. I did good on that one, I learned that, and go on. And then there's sometimes I do things when I know it's not going to work, but I wanted to do it so I can start building. I'm using it as a building block for other things. And I'm doing it now on on getting things set up so when I take off and take motorcycle trips, I want to start setting up some kind of a system on how I can make it work. But you have to start somewhere. And before, it was easier to do it. Now, I'm going against this virus thing. I don't know how many people now. A lot of people are getting this virus thing. And I guess they get scared when they get it. But you're right back to the same thing. Now, you're not fit, and you get sick, and you're surprised that you're sick. You know what I mean? Part of being fit is when you're fit, your body has dealt with diseases and stuff like that. Like I say, I went around to all these hurricanes, and man, they're nasty. A lot of diseases and a lot of all kinds of stuff. And I'm over here going through these places on a motorcycle, so, and with a dog, so, I mean, this was some hard stuff that I was going through. And, but like I say, I didn't have shots. I didn't have medicine. I didn't have nothing. I mean, it was me by myself going through all this stuff, not even able to speak the language, so, sometimes hardships are things we should look forward to, because you are an accumulation of the hardships that you've gone through. And I say, if you haven't gone through any hardships, well then what are you going to learn? You're going to learn, do as you're told. Wear the mask. You know what I mean? And that, it just kills me to see these young kids wearing a mask. They're doing as they're told. They're out here walking. Walking where? Over to McDonald's. I mean, they're learning, wear a mask and eat stuff that's not good for your body. You know what I mean? I'm wondering, where is all this going to? I don't have to go along with it, and they don't have to go along with it, but they're doing it. I think somewhere down the line, you're going to either stand in line, do as you're told, or you're going to take personal responsibility. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.